Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rap Review with your host, Tommy A. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite songs, Fire Squad by J. Cole. Uh, this song is probably one of the best songs I've ever heard in my entire life. We're going to start with talking about the chorus, then we're going to talk about each verse, and then we're going to talk about any additional thing that he threw into the mix to make it sound even better. And there's a lot going on here, so let's jump into it. I like the chorus. This is something J. Cole's famous for, is, starting off with like a really gangster kind of hook, a really gangster kind of first couple of verses, and then switching it up in like the following, the last verse and the outro. And he has a really long outro here. Something that I really like about this chorus is that you can kind of see the problem the main character is struggling through in the chorus, even though it's trying to come off as gangster. So you've got stuff that's going on, like he's running out of time, he's trying to make it, he's taking all these kind of risks and bragging about how great he is and how he's going to run up on people. And you can see that problem is inherently messing up the character, because he also is caught between the dichotomy of realizing that he just wants to be loved and everyone's equal, and the flip side of that, which is he's the greatest and white people shouldn't be rappers, and a couple other criticisms that he makes. So moving on to the verses are really good. I love how he's really good at writing gangster rap, even though that's not his genre. Really like flex rap. Some of the lines, one line in particular, which is so ahead of my time, even when I rhyme about the future, I be reminiscing, is such a good line. And there's so many more like this. If you haven't, I'm sure you've heard the song before. I'm just here to sing its praises. If you haven't heard it, check it out. It's absolutely incredible. And you can see kind of the transition that the character is making throughout. So he starts off saying, like, he needs to, my Uzi weighed a ton, I need me a better gun, because he got something to prove, forgive me, Lord, here they come. It starts off with him being just, aggressive gangster style. He's going to go kill people because he's the greatest. And then the second verse comes in and he realizes that he's being too aggressive, where there are two types of people. There are scary people, or there are people that get things done, and people that are good at their job. And that's where he moves from gangster rap to flex rap. And then after that, onto the third verse, he talks about, he addresses, like, I don't know what you even, critique rap, I guess, or diss track, something like that. But it's not exactly a diss on a specific person. It's a diss on types of music, disses on types of style. And so it really moves cleanly from, gangster to flex to diss. And then at the very end, he's got a feature on here that just tears apart his whole theory about how he's built up the world. So this character has built up a theory that, like, he's the best. He's amazing because has the ability to diss people. He has the ability to kill people. He has the ability to, destroy these people in a certain type of way using his words or his actions. And a character that comes along and tells him no is really fascinating to me. So it starts off, throughout the whole song, you hear this in the background, who's the king? Came from the bottom with stains on my shirt. What you'd expected from me, I came from the dirt. Who's the king? And then you hear, we all kings. Kings of ourselves first and foremost. And that line hits so well because you had built up your ear of listening to who's the king, followed by something about the guy that's impressive, something about the guy that's real, something about the guy that's gritty and really resonates with hip-hop. And to reverse it, to flip it, to say that we're all kings, and we're all kings of ourselves first and foremost, is really impressive. And it's frankly one of my favorite parts about this song, is that he's able to switch it up in a style that doesn't break. It still sounds like one song, but it also doesn't, only have one message. It also doesn't only portray one kind of lifestyle. It jumps around in a really seamless way. So if you don't pay close attention, you don't notice it as well. And I think that's really the bread and butter, what's made the song so good. And something that I just really like about the song, he keeps saying, "Who's the king?" There's a line where he says, "Picture the peasant passing from pawn to the king," and those lines hit at once. So he's saying, "Who's the king?" in the background, and that line hits, and "king" hits at the same time, and that just something about that. You just internally say, "Okay, this is pretty good." And you notice you think it's pretty good if you listen to the song before. You know that it's good way before this line, but that's one of the things that really stuck out to me as this is a well produced song, and the whole mix sounds really tight. It sounds incredibly well produced. It sounds incredibly, obviously well rapped. He's a very lyrical, spiritual miracle kind of person, but it doesn't come across that he's bragging. Even when the parts where he clearly is, when he's talking about how he's better than any white person who raps, he's talking about how he's better than any other gangster who raps, or he's better than any other, flex guy who raps or whatever. In each verse, it sounds more like he can prove that he's talented and deserves to be able to flex than someone who's undeserved, because in general you can tell when someone's faking it. You can say like, "Yo, I got chains, I'm the king of this rap game." It doesn't work the way this works. And I think one of the staples of this song is that even when he's talking about how great he is as a rapper, at no point do you think this guy's kind of full of it. The whole way through, you're with the character 100%, which is great when he flips it on you and says, "Actually, this character is mistaken." And I can show you why, because he's mistaken in his ability to recognize what has value in the rap industry. He's mistaken which people have value. He's mistaken what type of lifestyle has value. And when he shows that with his feature comes out and basically says that Jermaine actually, or J. Cole actually, this is how he thinks and this is what he's trying to do. It's still a flex, because he's talking about how he's the one that's doing this in the rap industry and he's the one who's bringing this to light. But he's trying to inspire other people to do the same, which is why he starts it off by saying, "We all kings of ourselves first and foremost." So I think this is a really, really powerful song. And again, it's one of my favorites. And if it's not one of your favorites, I would, this is my kind of like my plea to change your position. And if you haven't heard the song, I would really recommend giving it a listen. It's fantastic. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for listening. This has been Tommy A again. This has been Rap Review, and have a good day. Peace out.